Good morning. It is a wet and rainy day here today in North Carolina. And today we're going to try and photograph some birds from the car. So come along and enjoy this adventure. Well, I think that late June, July, and August can be the toughest times to be a bird photographer. Birds are focused on breeding. They are nesting, they are raising their young, and they are fledging and getting them healthy enough for, in the case of birds that are migrating, and other birds, how to find food and how to survive here in North Carolina. And I think that this time of month can be extremely difficult because you got so much vegetation that's just around everywhere. You got birds that are very focused on tasks, and it can be extremely difficult to photograph these birds. You throw into the mix rain, where we've been having these terrific storms that have been coming through. We get in July and August, we get these like diarrheas of 3 or 4 days of rain, and we need the water. We're desperate for water right now here in North Carolina. But it makes it very difficult as a photographer. And today, I'm gonna stay in my car. I don't wanna get soaking wet because that's really gonna not help me take better pictures. And I think that me driving along this road here, I know there's a lot of birds that can be found on this road here. So I'm just gonna drive along and see if I can photograph something on the side of the road. It's a good way to go out. It can be fun. It can be, even if you're not feeling so well, it's a very good way to go out and photograph birds. So that's what I'll be doing today, and hopefully, with some luck, I will photograph some birds. I am not a fan of car photography, car birding at all. I hate it. I'm the kind of person that wants to walk. I want to move around. I want to get out there and experience the wildlife today. But to tell you the truth, I just don't have the energy today. I don't have the energy to go out and get soaking wet, because I know if I'm walking through this high grass, I'm going to get very, very wet. I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be frustrated, and it will cut down on the amount of time I will spend out here. So today I've decided that I'm going to stay in my car and see what I can photograph. Where I am right now is a really good place to bird photography or car photography, because it is a straight road. I can see what's going on. There's not a lot of traffic on this road here, and it's got a lot of bird activity. So basically what I'm going to do today is just move up and down this road, stopping in different places and seeing what can happen. Now, bird photography or car photography, I keep saying bird photography, car photography can be very positive for people, because the car acts like a blind. If you're sitting in a spot and you're just sitting there, the birds and the other wildlife don't see that the car sitting on the side of the road is a threat, and they'll just do their thing around the car. You do have some limitations because you can't really get out of the car and move around, because once you get out of the car, the birds and the other wildlife realize what you are. But that's my goal today, is just to keep moving down this road and see what I can photograph. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. Those are frogs calling. I'm in a swampy area right now. This is a really interesting area for me to be in. I really, really enjoy taking photos in this kind of low light situation with the rain and stuff. Just adds an element to photography. And being out here, being around these animals here can be very rewarding as a wildlife photographer. The problem is that we got to wait for the birds to come out, because birds tend to be a lot less active in the rain. They tend to stay down low in the brush. They're trying to find cover. They're trying to stay dry. They're trying to stay warm. And this is where one of the situations why it's so hard to photograph birds in the rain. It's not just hard on me or hard on us. It's hard on the birds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sit in my car here for about half an hour or so, see what happens. I can see some birds flying around, but they tend to, once they land, they tend to get down into the weeds or the grass and just sit there. So what I'm going to do here is just see what happens here. One or two may hop up on a branch and give me an opportunity to really take a good photo. Let me talk about my settings a little bit here. I am shooting at ISO 8000. I am shooting at 600 millimeter. I am shooting at f6.5. That's the widest this aperture will open on this lens here. And that's giving me a shutter speed of 1,000th of a second. And the reason why I'm shooting at such a high shutter speed is because I want to catch the mood of what's happening out here. I want to catch those raindrops coming on. I want the picture to feel very gray, very soft in the image here. I'm projecting a feeling in the photography when I'm taking these images here. These are just not documentary images that I'm trying to record. I'm recording more artsy images, a feel. I want to capture a feeling in the photography. And that's one thing that I keep on saying about photography, is that it should project a feeling. The difference between a good photo and a great photo is how you feel when you're watching. Do you feel like you're being drawn into the image? Do you feel like you're being part of the image? And to tell you the truth, as a photographer, you know, you can take literally hundreds of thousands of pictures and only get one or two pictures that really have that feeling. So that's a feeling I'm trying to catch today. Now I only have to get the birds to cooperate. One image that I think most wildlife photographers have a tough time resisting, and I have taken thousands of these pictures, is of a bird up in a tree with these gray-white skies, or even a blue sky behind the bird. What ends up happening is that the bird is underexposed and this background is overexposed. And it's very hard to balance those 2 points, to the point where, you know, if you're taking a documentary image, oh, I'm going to take this picture because I've seen this bird and I want to document it, it's one thing. But if you're trying to create a photo that is a really good photo, something that you hang on your wall, this is a very difficult image to take. And I have been frustrated by this for years, because I can't tell you how many really good birds I've seen in this exact scenario. And if you have any idea how to take this image and have a really good image come out of it, please leave that comment below, because I would love to hear it. I am willing to learn any new techniques that will make me a better photographer. Okay, I'm doing something that I should do more often, and that's taking a break. My car, I gotta get gas. I think I might pick up myself a donut and a drink and take a 20-minute break and just it's really raining really heavy, and I think I'm just gonna take a little break, because I know in this heavy rain, these birds are not gonna come out. So I'm just gonna take a little break and then come back. I just pulled onto this side road off of that road I was on, and I'm going to try and go down it. This road's a lot sketchier than the main road is, and I don't know how long I can go down it, but I'm really hoping that I can run into something interesting down here. This road has significantly less traffic than the road that has very little traffic, so maybe that'll make a difference. But with this rain, I'm seeing birds, but I'm not getting an opportunity to photograph them, because they're flying a lot, they're moving around, and when they land, they tend to land inside brush because they want to get in cover. So I'm really hoping I find something out here. It's been raining pretty heavy right along for the last 30 minutes, so we'll see what happens here. The only thing I can do is keep chugging away and see what I can find here. Well, one of the things that you have to be aware about when you're birding from your car is that if you're driving on the road, animals seem to not care as much. But if you were to stop, like there was a deer out here in this field here, and once I stopped, that deer didn't want to have anything to do with me and took off out of this field. But if I kept driving by, I think that deer would have been sitting there fine. And that's just something that you should be aware of. They understand that if you're driving on the road, you're okay. But when you stop, some animals get very nervous and take off. When it comes to bird photography, failure is always an option. Today was an extremely tough day to photograph birds. The weather is just awful. This rain, these birds are more focused on feeding their young, feeding themselves, staying out of rain, staying dry than they are trying to do anything else that would make it easier for me to photograph them. So I'm going to end the video here. If you got anything out of the video, if you just want to give me a sympathy thumbs up, please do that. Please leave your comments below because I respond to every one of them. Become Patreon supporter. Your support allows us to keep doing this. My name is Leahy. I want to thank you for watching.